Well, before Stonewall, it was very common and routine for police departments across the country to raid gay bars or other LGBT spaces and arrest people. It was illegal for same-sex couples to dance. It was really illegal for same-sex couples to even exist, especially men who might dress in drag or women who did not wear more stereotypically gender-appropriate clothes were frequently arrested and sent to jail with no recourse.
It was just really interesting to me to learn, all that gay people were going through during that time.
On June 28, 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn on Christopher Street in New York City, and they started arresting people because that was not a legal gathering space. And as had happened at other places, but in a larger way, the crowd resisted. Instead of going along passively and going to jail, the crowd started to fight back, and fight back pretty violently, so that the police actually got barricaded inside the bar because people were throwing bricks and were lighting fires, and we're really starting an all-out riot out on the streets. This happened 2 more nights following that, as people were very upset about the routine harassment of LGBT folks in LGBT spaces.
I don't think the full intention that night was to cause a whole movement that we now have as part of our community, in the LGBT community, but it was a beginning to really start a change and move forward with making things better for everybody.
1 year after that, a group of activists organized what was known as Christopher Street Liberation Day, and that was really the first LGBT Pride March that happened. It happened in New York and it happened in Los Angeles, and it began to spread across the world. So there were a few thousand people who participated in that first march in 1970. Now it's estimated that about 21 million people worldwide will participate in an LGBT Pride event 50 years later. It absolutely was a very influential event. It was kind of the right riot at the right time. There had been activists in Philadelphia for about 4 years before Stonewall who were staging what they were calling annual reminders, and they were silent protests to remind the federal government that LGBT people existed and that they were being fired from their jobs for being gay, lesbian. And those were silent protests in front of Liberty Hall in Philadelphia. Stonewall happened and it made big news. And those same activists said, hey, wait a minute, we have an opportunity here to really make our message louder. So that is how they came to organize the first Christopher Street Liberation Day.